Welcome back to the Tea and Coffee Hub. We're going to be talking about something that I hate. Oh God, I hate this. My name is Karen Hewitt, and I like to be online. I like to be at the computer, on the phone, at the laptop. I hate this topic so much. And with me is Steve Feld. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Of course. What we are talking about today is networking.
Uh,
Oh God, it's the pain in my
uh,
pants. Uh, so I'm just gonna say, I have my tea, and if you see on my tea, it says introvert, and I am such an introvert. And right off the bat, I'm gonna say, introverts aren't shy people. Introverts aren't people who don't talk. Introverts is how you recharge your battery. I like to be alone. I like a cup of tea. I like the hot tub. I like a bubble bath. I like to read. I do not like to be around people when I am recharging my batteries because that is a drain. But we're business owners. We have to do it.
have to do it. I know people look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're an extrovert," and it's like, no, I am so much of an introvert. I have to put myself on stage to go out and network. But as a starting a new business or any business, it depends on the industry and what you sell and everything. Networking is critical in your business. It has to be in your business plan. It has to be
Yes,
in it.
it has to be. Now, I'm going to straight up say there's different types of networking.
Yep.
I personally, I'm really good at the online networking. I make connections in groups, in communities, on online Zoom networking. I have all these fun conversations there. And you say, hey, we're having a live event. My face drops. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
really? Do I have to go?
Yeah. And as an entrepreneur, believe me, I still do this, but I've heard this from so many people at networking events. And I even wrote a book on how to start your own networking group. So guess what? It takes the anxiety away because you're the leader of it. Oh, you can make money at this and grow your business.
Hmm.
But I've found talking to so many entrepreneurs, business owners, they hate networking. And it's like, why? Well, I have to drag my ass there. I hear this all the time. And I'm like,
I have to get my
guilty.
makeup on. I
Yeah.
have to put
Oh,
makeup on and do my
yeah.
hair and look pretty. Well, I know you spend so much time on your makeup, Steve.
Of course. And then, oh, don't forget your business cards. Oh, Lordy. I don't know how many people go to a networking event and have no business cards or even electronic business card. They don't have anything. And then they wonder why people are dismissing them.
Hmm.
Oh, you don't have a business.
Yeah.
I mean, I did not have a business card for 9 months in one of my businesses, but what I did, I said, give me yours. I turned it over and wrote on the back, send them my contact information. The next morning, did it. And they
Hmm.
saw my website and everything else. They're like, oh, he just ran out of business cards. He really was
Yeah.
telling the truth.
And I'm going to say, this is like Steve just actually accidentally gave you a secret sauce golden nugget, no, nugget
Yeah.
for networking.
Oh,
If you make it about them and not you, oh,
it's so much easier.
oh my gosh. Like, make it about them.
Ask them questions. What I think is a dumb question, really. So what do you do?
And oh God, get rid of the word help. If I hear one more
Oh,
damn entrepreneur say, I help business owners, I help people,
so when I hear someone go, I help, and I stop them, oh, you're a nonprofit. And they go, no, 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 I'm for profit. And I go, but you just said you help them. Nonprofits help people. Are you a business owner? And they're like, well, now they're getting flustered, but it's like, do people hire you? Who hires you?
Mhm.
Well, this group. Then say that.
My gosh. But okay, so we're talking about networking, and we just said like go there, spread your business, have your business card, know that what you do, how you serve people, how
Oh,
you teach them, how you guide them, who you're helping, what pain you're getting rid of. But you know, we said at the very beginning of these podcasts that we're not going to be here to give them business frameworks or anything like that. We're going to get inside their head.
exactly. And
And we are going to get in your head right now and talk about the stuff that's making you not go there. And honestly, trying to get me to go to a in-person business, I would much rather go to a dentist and opt out of pain medication.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Um, I mean, I'll give you some tips how I had to get that out of my head. Oh, I hate networking. Oh, I'm dragging my ass there. All that negativity as you're driving to, I'm not going to meet anyone who's my target market. I'm not going to do this. I hope they have food. All that bullshit.
Yeah.
You
You
got
see,
to
and
get
I'm the
rid of it.
opposite. I'm like, oh God, don't, I hope they don't expect me to eat anything.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I was taught like really young, and this was not a business thing. It was when you go to events, and I've even seen versions of this for interviews and networking, they watch what you eat and what you do with the food before you eat it
Hmm.
to judge you. Now, my problem, and you know this, I don't eat very much because I have a whole
Right.
bunch of food stuff that I can't eat. And I know people judge you on watching if you eat or not, and if you add salt, if you change things.
Yeah.
So that's a whole nother stress level.
Absolutely. And a lot. We've seen this. So you hate networking so much. What do? You hover around where the food is, or
Yes.
you meet this one person. You're by yourself. They come up, meet you, and you won't let them go because finally someone's talking to you, but you're not going to go network. So you just talk to the one individual.
They become your security blanket.
Yeah, they're your crutch.
Hmm. Oh,
So,
the other one is the networking advice event puts alcohol out.
oh Lord.
I've seen that.
So, okay, some people need a little liquid courage to get out there. I get it. But some people take that to a whole different level and get drunk. Who wants to do a business with someone who's sloppy and slurry? Maybe another sloppy and slurry person. But other than that, you're going to network, trying to put your best foot forward, trying to get your name out. So spread your net to get
Mhm.
leads, to get referrals, to look for clients. And you're that, yeah,
Yeah. Well, here's and this is another piece you just said. You're there to network, you're there to get referrals, you're there to make connections. There are good networking events,
oh yeah,
and there are absolute bullshit network events. And I'm going to try not to name names because I don't want them to try and say, "Oh, you badmouthed us" or whatever. Because,
yeah,
but there are some organizations, whether it be for networking, for speaking, for coaches, for workshops, for business owners, that they all tell you you have to be in their business in order to grow your business, pay this crazy fee to be in the
yes,
business. And it's not about you growing your business. Because I know, like, for example, chambers of commerce, I'm going to say that in general. As a general rule, you do pay to join the Chamber of Commerce, but a lot of it is actually about networking,
yeah,
collaboration, working together, finding other businesses, and intertwining. Other ones, you have this list of expectations about how
yeah.
much you are going to promote them, or promote someone running it, or promote someone else in the group.
Mhm.
And that's even before you're even allowed to even mention who you are.
Absolutely. And I mentioned that in the book. It's like there's different levels. There's like social networking, which is
Mhm.
fun. Everyone's there to have a good time. And you do this much business networking, just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
Then you have like your industry networking. It's like, okay, people in your industry, they all speak your talk, they all get you, but they're also looking for resources, ideas, how they can help you, mergers. They're looking at it from a totally business point of view. Believe it or not, more deals go down in that than the other groups. The reason is
Yeah.
it's supportive.
Mhm. I've had some of my best deals though come from social networking
Oh, I know.
because with my business model, and I'm not saying this works for everyone, mine's very much about looking at the individual running the business. How are they
Right.
showing up? What's their story? How are they coming across? So that it makes it a key one for me. But the industry ones, damn. And it's not just about deals,
Yeah.
it's about being recognized by your peers as having the knowledge.
Oh, absolutely. And it leads to a whole bunch of other things. And then you have the other, like your general networking.
Hmm.
Those are just an invite to a big group of people. And I kid you not, you might find that one nugget, but that you might, I always went there with a mission. So there's my learning lesson. To change my mindset, I said, I'm going to meet this many people that can give me a referral that I can use to like build a business or something. I had a specific thing in mind. And that was my mission. And I always made it about them.
Oh, just because you said that, I just got reminded of a situation that I saw in an event. There was a networking event. Do not be this person, please. For fuck's sake, do not be this person. They went into the room and it was very obvious their mission was to get every single person in that room to have their card in their hand and for them to take their
Oh,
card. And this was a room of like
oh
500 people, and it was about an hour and a half networking time. And at one point, they stood by the exit door handing out their
yes.
business cards. And I'm like, yeah, how many of those just went in the trash?
All of them. All but
Hmm.
like one or two because they forgot to throw them in the trash. Don't be that person. I've seen it. All you that's called spamming. You're like
Hmm.
in-person spamming right now. And it's gross. It is gross. And everyone talks about it at the event. Like, who the frick is this guy? He comes over, hands my card, and then bolts.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then gets rid of the card. Because to network, you have to get a somewhat of a connection. And like we've been saying, it's not about you. And we hear that all the time. Okay. They give you the pitch and it's me, 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 me. And you're like, or they give you that pitch and you're like, what the frick do you do?
Uh-huh. Oh, the other one is, and again, and this is a mindset, and let's dig into this for a couple of minutes because I think this is a real problem for a lot of entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
And I have met more people than I can, and I this used to be me too. I'll put it right out there and right out and open. You helped me with this probably about 4 years ago. I didn't want to talk about what I did because I didn't want to feel like I, one, I didn't think I was good enough at that point, even though when I look at all my ROIs and my history and my
Yep.
statistics and what I was crushing everyone else at that time. I
Yes.
still didn't, you'd been in the industry so many, and you were even
It's-
no, 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 you're teaching me stuff. I need you. I'm getting golden nuggets
yeah.
from you. You're good. You need to talk about. But I didn't want to. I was scared. I felt,
Yeah.
but no, no, no. Let me just stay at the back of the room. Let me just. No, I don't want to be the center of attention.
Yeah. And it happens to a lot of people that imposter syndrome, but good, you're there to meet people. They want to get to know you. And that's how I started different questions that what do you do? It's like, tell me how you got to start your business. Now it's
Mm.
really about them. And I get to hear a deeper story. Now I get to know them a little bit.
And I asked a similar question. So I'll say, okay, so how did this all begin? What started
Right.
this? And I'll tell you, the answer to that question will tell me whether I'm going to keep your card on file or throw it in the trash.
Exactly. And don't
Because
ramble on.
no, well, it's not even the
Yeah.
rambling, because sometimes they'll go, well, I saw this and I thought it'd make money, so I decided to go for it.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Trash. I don't care. I want to hear that you realize there was a problem, that maybe you experienced a problem, a family member, your best
Right.
friend. Tell me how you saw the pain in this, and then
Yeah.
how you got the solution, and now how you want to change. It doesn't have to be the world. It could just be change this piece of life,
Right.
change this process, change. Just don't say, well, I saw people making money on drop shipping, so I figured, what the hell? I'll do it too.
So then we hear that weird stories like that, and it's like, so there's that entrepreneur. Listen to one of our other podcasts about entrepreneur and entrepreneurs. Uh, you got to get a little deeper, but you have all your stories short and sweet to the point. Because I don't know how many times I've asked that question, and it's like 10 minutes later, they're still droning on, and I can't follow this story to save my life. And I'm thinking, if I refer someone to them as a client, oh
Mm-hmm.
Lord, I'm looking like an asshole.
Oh, so Steve, what got you started?
My passion to see, I got tired of seeing small business owners fail. So that my passion is to see small business owners build a survivable, thriving business that one day they can sell and get their sweat equity back.
Boom, hit it. And I do a more emotional thing when they turn around and say, "Well, what got that?" I laugh. I go, it was actually an accident. And they
See?
go, and their response is, "What do you mean it was an accident?" Well, I started to try and do this, anything to make money, and then all of a sudden, someone was like, "Hey, can we ask you what you're doing here with this marketing? Why are you doing this like this?" And then I got invited to go to in-person training with a very, very large platform
See?
because what I was doing was so different. They wanted to know more. Complete accident, not intentional. And I built everything from there. 30-second intros that make you go, okay,
Boom.
now, how do we get people who are afraid to even say that, are afraid to stay in the room, or they just try? And I love watching this because I see it at every event and I've done it. You were the one that's pushed me in front of people multiple times. They go and sit at the back of the room, or they go find the quietest, darkest corner, and I'm just watching and observing and learning and seeing what I see. I'm more behind the scenes, and
Yeah. But you're
how do we?
there to talk about your business and get connections. I would say go there with a plan. You got to
Mhm.
put yourself out there. It is not easy. I get it.
Yeah,
Please, we
it's
understand. It is not easy. It's very difficult.
terrifying.
But take the first step and just go
Yeah,
and say, I'm going to talk to two people. Start easy.
and I'm even going to go even easier than that for them. I want to
Mhm.
make it even simple because the first few networking, and this is why you, again, go to a level. You didn't like me at first because I always had the stroller and the baby, but that was my little
Yeah,
safety net, and I could put them between you and me, so I didn't have to
right.
talk to you.
You
And
had a
like,
crutch.
I had a crutch. If you are so nervous about going to a networking event, whether it be in person or online, because you feel maybe you feel the imposter syndrome, you feel the stress of not being good enough, you don't know, maybe you're just starting and you're not sure if it's going to work, go with the mission of how can I go there and find two people and learn as much about them and their business as possible. Not about
Mhm.
sharing your business. Go there to learn and develop relationships by asking them questions, because that can be a lot easier than going out and,
Oh, yeah.
hi, I do this. So flip it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No. And I've seen it, people going, well, I hate networking so much. I'm going to bring a friend as my like security blanket. And I go, okay, there's a lot of more cons than pros with this because you two do not leave each other's side to go meet anyone. And everyone sees you two talking and they don't want to come over and interrupt you. So guess what? The two of you end up talking together all night and not meeting anyone.
Yeah. And it happens so much more than you realize. But,
Yes,
and then that imposter syndrome, I mean, it's real.
it's real.
It is real. It seriously is. You show me one entrepreneur that has not had a single moment of doubt of what they're doing, and I will show you a liar.
Big time liar.
Yeah, we all have it. We all do it. We all get there. So if you're scared, okay, go to learn about them. Don't worry about getting yourself out there because guess what? It's very reciprocal. Because
Yes.
after you've asked them several questions, guess what they're going to turn around and do to you? Oh,
You know what, Karen, you're touching on something that I think a lot of people aren't realizing. You hate networking going there. You're having it all in your head and everything else. How do you
ah,
think the person you just met also feels about networking? And I would bet they feel the exact same way as you.
yeah. And they do. And then I'm also going to touch on something else because this just popped in my head and I think it needs to be said so that channeling my inner Lady Whistledown, dear listeners or dear readers, do not fall prey to this. Uh, so many people I see go to these events and they are hustling and bustling. You see them going from person to person, they're networking, they're making connections, they're doing all the things, and then they go and disappear.
Yeah.
No follow up, no emails, no connections. but they made things. So that means that you now know what they do and you love what they do. So you're going to just send them thousands of referrals and they're going to be rich. If you're
Ah,
just showing up to give your name and number out,
stay home.
stay home, bitch. Because that's all you
Well,
do. You're literally being a bitch doing that. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're being a boy bitch or a girl bitch.
so you just touched on something else too that I see as the epic fail of networkers. So you go,
Mm-hmm.
you're dragging your ass out there, you're dreading it. You get there, you meet 10, 20 people, you have all these business cards. This is one of your greatest tools besides your business card. A pen.
Mm-hmm.
Bring a freaking pen. Why? Write something on the backside of their card about them, what they just told you, because follow up is the key. You just said it, Karen. Follow up with
Mm-hmm.
these people. It was a pleasure to meet you. It doesn't have to be a novel.
Yeah. And this key thing is observance. Now, I don't use a pen. I'm terrible because I'm very digital. But
Yeah.
I will snap a picture of their card and put it in the notes, and
Yeah.
then I'll do a little voice memo for 30 seconds. Go, okay, two kids, one dog, got into it because they hated seeing their spouse doing this. It's a real passion
Mhm.
project. But was wearing a green tie. And
Do
I
something. Yeah.
the green tie, I always do silly little things like that, little tiny pieces that normally you don't pick out on
Hmm.
because I can use that as a opener or a
Absolutely.
conversation starter and they feel seen.
Exactly. I mean, I know I've done it, and I know I've probably sent you one or something at one point in time. Hey, it was a pleasure seeing you last night. It was great to catch up. I haven't seen you in a while. I love what you're doing about XYZ. I'd love to learn more. Can we set up a coffee time or whatever?
Mhm.
But God, it's the little touches that's going to put you above probably 92% of the people in that room.
So I'm gonna going on those little touches. I'm gonna tell you about a connection I made at a huge, I mean, a big event. This was a huge event, and there was someone who was running a particular organization, and I needed a reason to get a connection with him because of what I was doing. And then I saw that his spouse was performing, and I saw how he was looking at his spouse perform, and I mean, like it was you could when you can see when someone adores someone, and you're
Yeah,
like
Google eyes.
that. I snapped a picture of him and I walked over and said, "Who is it that you have performing up there? Can I send you this picture?" Guess what? 2 minutes later, we had switched text contents. He'd got the picture, and now he remembers me as the person that saw him just loving on his husband from afar. And he sees me for recognizing that humanity in him. And it was nothing about business. We didn't even talk business at all
Right.
that day.
It can be just that simple. And I've done networking groups where, the whoever's facilitating, putting it all on, they're scared to death to get in front of people. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
meet them usually early in the night. Who's putting this on? I want to go meet them. Thanks for putting this on. The only reason I'm doing that is a
Yeah.
connection. I'm not there to sell. I'm not pitching, nothing. Just, hey, I'm Steve. Who are you? Way to go. Then I might take a few photos of them and send it
You
to
you just brought up my biggest ick.
them.
My biggest ick when it comes to networking events. And I think this is one reason why people are nervous of them. You go there, and then there's that person that it is so obvious that they are there for them, themselves, and them.
Oh, oh,
And oh God,
ugh.
all they want to do is pitch you. And so
Right.
one of them, I made a connection with them and I posted something on social media like 4 days later. And their first comment to me was not, "Hey, nice to see you at the event." They sent me a message because they did something with weight loss or health. "Hey, I saw you were doing this. We can help you. Would you like to have a consultation
Right.
for our services?"
Yeah, that's a no-no, folks.
No.
That's a don't do that crap because I don't know how many spammy messages I get after networking. Buy my shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I'm there, facilitator. I just want to get to know them. I pick their brains. Guess what? That led me to actually consult many networking events just by palm pressing and just that quick because I'm not selling anything. Then afterwards, I said, "Hey, you did a great job. You're really nervous up there. You okay?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I go, "Well, did you have a drink before?" oh no. And I go,
Hmm.
yeah, might have a drink just to calm it down. And then we joke. And next thing you
Hmm.
know, they go, hey, I have another event with another person. Can you come?
Yeah.
And I didn't find this anywhere on online or anything. And it was like a private one. Next thing you know, it starts building because I'm not selling my crap and shoving it down someone's throat.
Yeah. What has been your worst moment for you in an event or networking?
Oh, we've all had these. I'm gonna call them the pinners. So you might be at like a table, but you're not. You can't. You don't have a good out. There might be one lane to get out. I hope you all know it. Like you're pinned in. Then
Hmm.
you got that one person who gets there and blocks your out and sits there and just goes rambles on selling their crap to you, and you're just trying to end the conversation to move on, and they won't let you.
Yes.
Next thing you
Oh
know, it's
God.
45 minutes later. All the only words you got to say were, uh-huh. I like to, but uh, I
Mhm.
I hate the.
That's what someone's done to you. We're going to be vulnerable, Steve. I'm pushing you. You. What is the worst thing you have done? Or
When
the
I
worst moment you've had?
my very worst one was when I was just starting to get into the networking and everything else. I gave my elevator pitch so fast. It was like it sounded so salesy and spammy. Everyone that I was talking with, we were all in a group talk, they just dissipated. And I was like, it was that bad. Then I went to someone I knew and I go, dude, this just happened to me. What's up? And he goes, what did you say? And I said it. He goes, ah. I go, what? And he goes, dude, that is so slimy.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna ditch that for the rest of the night. He goes, you stick with me. We'll be fine tonight. And he introduced me to a whole bunch of people. And I'm like, boy, did I learn a lesson. And I went home that night and started changing my elevator pitch and how I communicated with people. So the next networking, it didn't happen again.
I think that's going to be our next episode, the elevator pitch.
Yeah. Well, I know
I
we're
think it
going to
has
do
to be.
probably a episode on that because we're
Oh
going to
gosh.
go deep on that one.
Yes.
Deep.
I think, and uh, you just made mine look. Yeah, yours was nothing.
Well, I have
I
fallen.
how
Networking.
about well, if you know you don't know my history as much as I know Steve knows my history, is I can have anxiety. This is why I prefer virtual over in person. And I have CPTSD from experiences from beforehand. I went to an event, and let's say um, paramedics were called because I had a full blown panic attack and tried to hide under the stage. That's gonna be my worst because I got so overwhelmed and so stressed out and just could not breathe. Could not. I was done. I was on the floor. I was curled up into the fetal position. And I'm sharing this not because I want you to go, oh, if you're not going to end up curled up in the fetal position, having paramedics separating the audience to pull you out of there because they think you're dying or something,
Right.
you're probably doing really well.
Exactly. You're still walking, you're good, doing good. And you know what, folks? If you go and blow it, like you go to the
Hmm.
networking, that negative mindset, and you're not connecting, you're just not in it. Guess what? They feel that they're not connecting with you either because
Yeah.
you already have that negativity being pushed out. They all feel it. We've all been there.
But if you own it, say, hey, yeah,
Own
no, this is
it.
my first one. I'm a little nervous.
Own it.
I'll guarantee there'll probably be 10 people in there ready to take you under their wing and start introducing you to people.
That's it. I used to call them network buddies, and we've done that in many groups. Like, oh, you're a first timer here? Great. I'm gonna hook you up with John here. John's gonna go around and introduce you. First, you and John need to talk and so he can help introduce you. And we would take that first timer around halfway through. They're gleaming. I'm like, oh, they're meeting more people because they have a network buddy. They're not there talking to
Hmm.
each other. He's just going, hey, have you met Bob? Bob does this. Why don't you two here? Bob, tell him what you do. And
Yeah,
then he connects and he goes, "Hey Bob, it was good meeting you. You guys want to connect? Get change cards? Okay, I'm gonna take them over here, Bob. Is that right?" And then it works, and the anxiety just, the negativity and the head shit goes away.
I can tell you, no matter how bad of a thing you can think of, one of us to have probably gone through it or seen it happen in real life. Uh, be aware of what you're wearing.
Oh,
I know you've had the thing where you've turned up in the completely wrong outfit to an
yeah.
event and been the sore thumb.
Luckily, I know how to do self-deprecating humor, and that saved my ass.
Turned up to a whole bunch of people wearing what, jeans and t-shirts, and you were in a full three-piece suit or something.
Yeah, yeah, they all look like they just came off the farm. They didn't. They were actually plumbers, and that's the attire for a conference, is very jeans and t-shirt and polo shirts with their logo on it. And I was a little over polished.
A little,
Yeah,
a little.
but I made some jokes
Lady,
about it, and we got through it.
ladies, also be aware of what you're wearing too. And I'm
Mhm.
not saying this to be a thing, but there was one time where it was actually a stage event, not a networking event, but there was networking afterwards. Unfortunately, somebody was very well networked afterwards because they didn't realize there was a floor cam for upward angles,
Mm,
and they were wearing a skirt.
see,
So,
and
ladies, be aware of things like that. I'm not trying to tell you how you can and cannot dress, but be aware of what, are you going to be going up and down stairs? Are you going to be sitting,
right,
standing, walking? If you're going to be walking all day, I don't care how comfortable you think those heels are. I have done it. I have been in pain. I have taken them off. The joke has been for the longer networking events, if you know me personally, start with shoes, end with none.
right. And you're bringing up attire. It's very critical. It's also what are you portraying as your company? You remember you're the
Mm.
face. Everyone's looking at your clothes as well. And I've seen some people with like the big bangles and they keep moving their hands and you can't hear a word they say because it sounds like cha-chas are going on. And it's like,
Yeah. And that's another good point. You're the face of your company. And I understand that some people nowadays, they want to be behind the scenes.
yeah, I get it.
They don't want to be up front and center. They don't want to be doing TV interviews and podcasts and all this kind of stuff. But you still have to be present. You don't have to be doing songs and dances. You don't have to be entertaining huge crowds, but be present. You can have that calm, still presence where people come and you just have small conversations. Just be there and be willing to be in the moment.
Absolutely. You're making me think, talking about attire and presence, the great debate, name tags. I always recommend if you have a business, go get a real name tag. We're talking like, plastic with magnet. A real name tag that amplify like it says your company. It says who you are. Versus, hey, I just wrote Steve on a sticky note or on a sticker that doesn't stick to my suit and it keeps falling off. And 5 minutes later, everyone's going, well, so what's your name? And I'm realized it fell off because the sticker can't stick to me or my suit, especially ladies. I think women have a bigger time with that because it doesn't always stick to blouses and certain garments. So
Certain
get a
materials,
real
yeah.
one that's a magnet, left side or right side. And I have had this conversation with so many people on this. What do you think is the proper side you should have your name tag on?
And I am completely opposite to the rule because of how I was raised.
Hmm.
Because I always have it on my right side. But the reason because is when I went through elocution and all these different lessons I had growing up as a young child in England with parents who had government style positions where I had to behave a certain way, it was always on my right side because I was supposed to shake my hand by raising my
Hmm.
left hand, not a firm handshake. No,
Right.
lady, do not do that. This was always what I was taught, to bring my left hand up for them to grasp and shake because they would grasp it with their right hand and take it down. So I've always had it on my right, but that is because of my elocution and some of my societal training, but that's not business.
No.
Guess guess what? It is actually a really nice icebreaker because they always ask me why, and I get to say that because then they always say, "But your accent doesn't sound like you're from Northern England." Yes, I had elocution, and they taught me to speak correctly, so it's an
It
icebreaker.
is. I'm on a right side. I used to do left, and then I realized it's your body angle too.
Hmm.
Whereas if it's on the right, because you're shaking hands, it's straight in line with that other person's viewpoint. Because if your body's just a little bit off, they can't read your name tag.
Yeah.
So I've shifted to the right side, and I tell people when it's on the left, here's what people have to do.
Hmm.
When they're doing that to you, you're getting now subconscious, like, what's wrong? What do
Hmm.
I have on me? They can't read your
You
name
actually
tag.
you shifted to the right after seeing me with it on my right several times.
I did it, yeah, years and years ago, because it was like,
Yeah.
it makes more sense because I
Yeah.
realized, especially with a jacket on, a blazer, the lapel sometimes might go over the name tag. And so now I put it on the lapel so it's higher up, and I know they're going to be able to see it.
Yeah. Now, I gotta say, this is just one question I think we see a lot because I'm always hearing this. There is no networking around where I am. How do I find networking? I can't network
Oh,
because there's nothing. Or, they always have it during the day, and my store's open between 9 and 5, so I can't go to these daytime networking. Or it's always too early in the morning, or it's always on the weekend, and I have the kid.
right.
How many? I don't know. I could list that.
Well,
A
you can
list
go
like
on
10
for
more.
1 million reasons why not to go.
Yeah.
And it's all bullshit. I always tell people it's like when I hear any of that and I go, there's this website called Meet Up, hence the name Meet Up. Go on that. And if you can't find anything on that, I'll give you some other sites. And it depends on your city. Many cities have other like networking sites. Luckily, here in Phoenix, we do have one major one, and they put 1 million networking events on their calendar. That's not
Hmm.
theirs. They put theirs and who uh, who's affiliated with them, or they know. You can always find the right group for you and to enhance your goals. Don't go to networking groups that have nothing to do with what you do or anything like that. You're going to waste their time and you're going to get frustrated.
Yeah. I was gonna say one of the things we've done is we're actually in a Facebook community group.
Hmm.
And the event we went to was because of that Facebook community group, but they also do virtual meetups.
Yeah.
Just because you can't go there in person, okay, great, you can't go there in person.
Yeah.
Are Zoom meetup groups worth it?
Oh, yeah. I love them.
Yeah. Aren't we going to one like next month that's
Yeah.
3 days, like 8 hours a day, but we'll
Yeah.
walk out of there with how many connections?
Yeah. If we're going to walk out with a good 60 connections, good connections, not
Hmm.
BS stuff, like get to know, hey, we need to talk and learn more about each other. Yeah, you're really busy afterwards, but just go. There's plenty of groups out there. And if you're in doubt, talk to another entrepreneur that does network.
Yeah. And the reason I'm saying this is because your biggest mindset, the biggest reason of bullshit in your brain is you can't go because you can't get there. You can't, not the time, not the
Right.
place, not the energy. You're too scared to go in front of people. You're too nervous. Oh, I don't like, I always, after events, when I go there, I'm like, okay, I'm peopled out. I need to go away. Let
Yeah.
me unpeople for a bit. But there's virtual meetup groups, there's in-person meetup groups, there's social groups where you can go and network with people in chat format in groups.
Right. There's so
If
many
you
different
and
ways.
if your idea of connecting with somebody is let me post my business and run, I will put a time of death on your business.
Yeah. It's a kiss of death. It's give you an example. So there was a hiking group yesterday. All these people don't know each other, but the facilitator knows all the people. Decided to bring them all together to go hiking. Guess what? Do you think networking was done there?
A
A
little bit,
shitload.
but it wasn't about my business is this, my business is that, I sell
No,
this,
they
I
got
sell this.
to
It was this.
They got to
Social.
really know each other. Then when they get to on the bottom of the mountain, now they get their business cards out and set up time to talk because they got to know each other.
Yes.
And none of them were doing their pitches because they were all there to hike. And I know this for a fact because later in the day yesterday, I saw four of them said and they took pictures with that person. I just met this person. We have a good connection. We're going to be meeting, and here's what they do. Here's what I do. And it was like they're putting it out on Facebook saying they've got a connection from a hiking event.
Hmm. Oh, this is another thing I'll tell you. If you do not have this already, there are many different places you can get this. Go set it up. It will cost you money. I think there are some free ones, but don't bother with the free ones. They're shit. Get some form of calendar system
Oh God, yes.
where you have a link that people can book on your calendar for a Zoom call. You can set up how much time you have available. You're not giving them free access to your life.
Right.
But I met somebody at the event this week. They're already on my calendar. I send them the link. Guess what? Yeah, let's chat.
Yeah.
Done. Get that set up. Do the things.
It's funny you mentioned that because a couple weeks ago when I went to a networking event, so it was a good connection. Neither of us pulled out a business card until we asked. There's one group I used to go to, by the way. The rule was you are not allowed to hand anyone your business card unless they specifically asked for it. And if you got caught doing it, they actually kicked you out of that event and banned you from all future events.
I
And
like that.
so they made you, and the guy who facilitated it would stand by the exit.
Hmm.
And the rule was you had to make one good connection. You had to have given someone a referral, resources, a lead, or you guys are going to meet and try to create something. And what is that something? And he would stand at the exit and ask each person, did you do the one thing? Just one.
Hmm.
And yes, I met so and so. They do this, blah, blah, blah. Here's what we're doing. And he would go, okay, now you can leave.
Okay. Go follow up on a question for that. When you're networking, is it is it got to be somebody that you can either do business with or
Mm.
collaborate with, or could it be someone that you can just know to have in your Rolodex for referrals?
Yes to all three, because
Hmm.
there's times where, like, say, Karen and I are meeting. Okay, she's not going to be my client. The people she knows isn't my people. But you know what? We don't know when that day comes when we meet someone goes, hey, who do you know that has pink hair and does social media? Huh, wait, I know someone. And I can look at my Rolodex and pull out that name, even though we didn't collaborate or anything, but I knew enough about her. I can talk about it and make the connection, do a warm connection.
Well, I hope it's more than my pink hair because I do know
I
my
know.
shit.
I
But
was going for
you
an
may,
extreme example.
yeah, but you may meet someone. Let's say they sell alcohol. They have a wine store, just a winery, something like that. And you are teetotal. You don't drink. Your business has nothing to do with alcohol. You have no idea how this is going to work. And then 6 weeks later, you're talking to someone. They're like, "Yeah, I need to figure out somewhere where I can get wine for this event." Magical fairies come in. You now can make a warm connection.
So funny you mention that because I didn't drink for 8, 9 years by choice, not for anything else, because it just didn't make me feel good. And I met someone who they did private labels, and they also had a wine shop. I never thought of using them. And then one day for Christmas gifts, I'm like, what can be unique? And I went through my Rolodex, found this guy's number, called him up. You don't remember me from about 2 years ago. We met at this event because I had the notes on the back of the card where
Hmm.
we met and everything about him. And I said, I need a couple cases with my own label on it. Can you hook me up, or do you still do that? He goes, yeah, we really don't do that, but I'll take care of it. Send me your
Hmm.
graphics and I'll take care of the whole thing. And he
Yeah.
did. And I paid him. And it was like, it was
Awesome.
phenomenal.
So, what would be the if you were talking to someone who was like totally nervous about going to network events, so we can wrap this episode in a nice, neat bow for them.
Yeah.
What are the two things that you will tell them that they need to know, understand, or believe before going to an event? Just two.
I'd say change your mindset, because I know we've been there. Change your mindset that you're there to meet great connections versus, oh God, it's a networking event, which most people
Oh,
do.
oh, I need to sell my stuff.
Yeah, you're there to make a connection. Didn't say anything about selling. Don't hawk your stuff. Ask more questions. Listen more. That's going to be a key. And then always have, a call to action when it comes up. So, yeah, I'd love to talk to you more. Here's my calendar link. That kind of stuff. What's the next step?
Yes. Always have a way to follow up. Okay,
And
those are two.
follow
Let's see.
up.
Follow up. My two. Okay, because I get it. I've been there. I was so terrified to leave my house. Like I said, paramedics came and got me from a networking event. It's like this is not pretty. This is like we're going ugly here, right? If you are too nervous to go to in-person networking events today, okay, Zoom,
Yeah.
communities, groups, conversations, Reddit.
You go to a
The list is
social
end.
one.
Go. The lists are endless. I mean,
Yeah.
you get your feet wet by not leaving your home. Just
Yeah.
make sure you're wearing pants if you happen to stand up while you're on Zoom, okay? Don't do the pantless Zoom just in case. I've seen it happen more than I would like to count. And two, if you really want to stand out when you're networking with people, try and get something that's unusual from the person you're talking to,
Mhm.
whether it's that they have pets or kids or a favorite sports team or a favorite something that makes them human and excites them. Because one, it takes the stress away from being like business to business and trying to make those financial entrepreneurship to being more human. And guess what? When you turn around to them and say, hey, I was just for some reason, I was just doing this and I saw a Dalmatian and I remembered about you telling me about your dog Spot and that funny story. So I just figured I'd reach out and say, hey, and check in and see how you're doing.
Yeah.
Guess what? The level of connection that you've just made with that person went from random person at a networking event to, God, this is the best person in the world. Because you
Yeah.
remember that they had this dog or the story or something. It elevates you faster than you can believe.
That's it. You got to use what you learned, use it to follow up. Guess what? Business will come. If they're hawking your crap, you might find one sucker if you're lucky.
Yeah, but you've made 10 people mad at you.
Right. And then the next time you go to that networking event, they will remember you and not the way you want to
And
be remembered.
and they will avoid you and they will be talking about you. I'm not
Oh, yeah.
being funny. Everyone's going to, when you go to a network event, I'm going to just say the strap, they're all going to talk about you.
Yep.
You get to decide, are they talking about you because they thought you were kind and caring and asked great questions, or that you were interesting and funny, or you had good stories, or that you maybe, they'll even talk about if they thought you were a little shy. Oh, well, maybe next time we can help bring them out of their shell a little bit. That's the kind of conversation they'll have if they think you're shy. Oh
Exactly.
my gosh, they came in and tried to shove their service down our throats from day one, from minute one.
Yeah. Or I've always heard this like, oh, there's that guy. And I'm
Hmm.
like, what guy? Oh, we got to run. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they go, oh, crap, he's coming over. I'm like, what's going on? And by the time I turn around, the people I'm talking to left. And now this guy comes up and starts spamming me, selling his shit. And I was like, oh, he's been here before. And I'm his newest victim.
Yes, don't be that guy. But we want to tell you you've got this.
You got it. We get it. It's a tough step, but take the step. It could be a little one.
It can be a tiny one. It can
Just
be tiny. It's okay.
take it. Just do it. You will
Sorry.
you will grow from it. You will learn,
Yes.
and you're gonna start realizing like this is crucial to my business.
Yes. So when it comes down to comments, because we're going to talk to you again next week with another piece of mindset and how to deal with being a business owner and not a entrepreneur. Let us know in the comments. What is the biggest red flag you've seen at networking events? Or
Oh,
even better,
let's
I
hear
want
their
to.
horror stories.
Oh
I
God, yes,
want to hear
I've got
horror
some. I
stories.
have horror stories. Oh God, I have
Put those in the
horror stories
comment.
in the comments. Uh,
Vent. Do it.
hey, 15 seconds horror story.
Oh God.
Give them an example, Steve.
Oh God. Horror stories. Well, besides spammy guys. Oh, this one, horror stories. I've seen the women who are dolled up for like not looking for networking.
They're looking for hubby number 17.
Yes. And it is for someone like me, like, okay, looking good, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to network. And they're looking for hubby number 17. It's really creepy from the guy's point of view. And it works both ways, because I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
guys do this same thing.
Oh,
The shirt undone and the gold chain, the whole, and you can
chest
smell
hair.
them coming like an hour before they get there. It got, it's not a hit up joint. Stop that. That I hate. And I talk to so many other business owners who are there to network, and we all think it's disgusting.
Yeah, it is vile. Here's one for me. It's I call one of in my business. I have those archetypes, the characters. It's a feature Felicia. It's the one that stands there and they're name dropping.
Oh,
They're talking about. I went to one event and they were claiming to have discovered these huge singers. They were the person that put them on the radio first. That they were responsible for getting like huge, and they actually were claiming they were responsible for getting Will Smith on camera. That
mm,
was their claim. You know, when I Googled them, was that even there? Was that nothing that they claimed was actually available? Everything was false and fake and bullshit. So it's that they'll lie their asses off. They were having tea with Tony Robbins, and then they went and filmed a pop rapper's music video, and then they went and did a massage for one of the royalty. Yeah, no, those I hate them. I can't stand it.
and you got to be you. Not everyone's gonna,
Mm-mm.
enjoy your cup of coffee or tea, but
No,
be you.
yeah, be you and don't fake it and don't have bullshit. So yeah, I want to know your horror stories. What is the worst thing that you've seen, or if you want to be totally transparent, what's the worst thing you've done?
Yo, yeah. Like the horror stories from any kind of networking that you've witnessed, been, right there, or that you did.
Yeah, I mean, I know for me, I've been on Zoom networking and thought I was on mute. I'm going, oh God, that fucking bitch is talking again,
Yeah.
and realized I wasn't muted, and it was like, oh shit. Now it was deserved. It was deserved. I had several calls afterwards saying, thank God someone said it, but in that moment, it was bad.
Yeah, it does leave a weird impression for the rest of the crew. They might like, oh, good, yes, but meanwhile they're like, oh, good comment. And then
So yeah, put your horror stories down in the comments. We want to see them. We think they're hilarious. We think we've all been there, seen it, done it. And I also want to see some green stuff. I want to see, did you go to your first networking event? Whether it be virtual or in person? Let us know how that went. We want to cheer you on.
yeah, we want to hear the recent ones too. Or I'm getting ready for a networking event that I've never been to before. Any tips?
Yes.
It's like, oh Lord, I don't know. I mean, majority of my networking groups I've never been to before. And then guess what? The second time it wasn't so bad.
And then by the third time, they see you as the pro in the room.
Exactly, because consistency matters. And I wasn't there to slime people, and people remembered me because of my follow-up.
Yes. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Well, I hope this has helped some of you get out of your own head when it comes down to networking. But more than that, I want you to know that we've been there, we've seen it, we've done it.
Yeah, we're still going to
We're
networking
doing,
events.
and we're still screwing up at times.
Yeah,
Like it happens,
it happens. Life will
but
go
you're
on.
not alone. Life will
No.
go on. You're not alone. It's going to be okay. And let's share some horror stories and let's just have some fun with some of these because, yeah, they're good.
I agree. Let's hear those.
So until next time, make sure you're brewing clarity, spilling chaos, and demanding action. Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and stop making excuses.